Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the odd numbered questions. So amplitude is 2. I'm inverted. The period is 360 degrees. I'm going to the right by 45, and I'm going up by 1. Okay, so my normal values is 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. I'm going to the right by 45, so I need to add 45 to everybody. So 45, 135, 225, 315, and 405. And then I'm going up by 1, so my 0 becomes 1, my 2 becomes 3, and my -2 becomes -1. Yeah. Okay, so 45, 135, 225, 315, and 405. And it's inverted, so I start at 0. I start at my 0, which is actually at 1. And I go down, so I go down to -1. Back up to my 0, up to my highest point, which is 3. And back down to my 0. So my graph looks something like this, -1 and 3. Okay. All right. And then here, I don't like decimals. I should have fixed that. 5 cosine. I'm going to factor out a 3. So x minus u 10 and then plus 1/2. Oh, this makes me so sad. Amplitude is 5. The period is 360 divided by 3, which is 120. I'm shifting to the right by 10, and I'm going up by 1/2. So normal requires effort. 0, 120, 60, 30, and 90. Then I'm going to the right by 10. So my new values are 10, 40, 70, 100, and 130. My 0 becomes 1/2. My -1, nope. My -5 becomes -4.5, which is -9/2. And then my 5 becomes 5.5, which is 11/2. So now I have 10, 40, 70, 100, 130. I'm going up to 11/2, and then 1/2, and then -9/2. So my cosine will start at its highest point, down to its 0 point, down to its lowest point, up to its 0 point, and back up. Okay, question 5. So my amplitude is 2. It is inverted. The period is 180 degrees. I'm going to the right by 180. I'm going down by 2. So normally for a period of 180, 45, 90, 135, 180. I'm going to move to the right by 180, so my new values are 180, 225, and then let's see, 270, and then 5, 315, and then 360, like question mark. Yeah. So I'm going inverted. So my 0 becomes 2. My 1 becomes 3. My -1, I add 2, so I get 1. That is not right. I'm like, what am I doing? I was like, that's not the equidistant part. My 0 becomes 2. My -2 becomes 0. No, my -2 becomes -4. Hold on. I need to fix this. I normally plot -2, 0, and 2 for a period, for a amplitude of 2. When I shift down by 2, I have to subtract 2. So that's a -4 and a -2 and a 0. I'm like, oh my goodness. My brain right now just cannot handle this. Okay, so -2 and -4. So 180, 225, 270, 315, and 360. So I am an inverted cosine, so I have to start at the lowest point, go up to the 0 point, go up to the highest point, back down to 0, and back down here. So my graph looks something like this. Okay, 7. Ooh, I don't have to graph it. Yes. Okay, so the amplitude is 210. Factor out of 360. So that gives me an x plus 2. So my period is 360 over 360, which is 1. I am moving to not the right, to the left by 2, and I'm going down by 10. And I'm not inverted, in case anybody wanted to know. Okay, and then there's 8, and then there's 9, and then 10 is an even one. So let's do this one. So let's go here to here. So that period is 120 degrees. My amplitude is still 1 because my halfway point is at 1. My shifting downward, I shifted my 0, so this is down by 2. And then it's just my horizontal shifting, that's the thing. So none for cosine. And then for sine, we're going to be to the left by 30 degrees. Okay? And that's it for the odd-numbered questions.